Hey gamers, it's that time of year again where all the things that go bump in the night are trying to nab your gamer scores, your achievements, and your trophies. If you clicked on this video trying to find a good time, I'm afraid that you're wrong, because you're gonna get the spook of a lifetime. Do you think you're a cool enough dude to handle our top picks for the scariest games in gaming?
Hello gamers, Cronsauce here. Today we will be looking at the cult indie classic I'm Scared. But who is I'm, and why is he scared? We will delve into these questions and more, gamers. The answer is simple, you see. If you look closely at the game's first jump scare, you can clearly see a triangle, and within that triangle you will see the purple man. Wait, what?
Have you played I'm Scared?
Yeah, that's the joke though. Yeah, no, I just got it. Hey Cronsauce, Guys here. Today, we will be looking at one of my favorite horror games of all time, Resident Evil 6. From the fast-paced, cover shooter style gameplay to the cheesy and campy moments everybody of the series loves, the game has truly and horrifically destroyed and shit on everything that might have resembled proper horror from its roots. I personally played through the game in Wesker's Son campaign, where you play as Jake, 50% man and 50% Adderall, and the walking cure for cancer, Sherry. The game favors killing hordes of infected using all manner of weaponry, from bullets to explosives, instead of trying to say, hide, run, or otherwise survive, as Jake does not know fear, or any other emotion besides an intense desire to spout non-sequitur one-liners. Halfway through, I actually thought I was playing Karate Kid 2 on the NES, but I found out it was actually just Jake awakening his hidden potential. I spent the rest of the game running around in slow-mo doing spin kicks on zombies, which I think is fair to say sums up the entirety of the game. Ironically, it has only succeeded in being spooky because it is eerie how much Konami Nintendo wants to flippantly ignore and piss off their fans by making a game that is not only not Resident, but not evil as well. It's pretty fun though. 4.5 out of 5. Sauces.
Hey gamers, Argyle here. I'd have to say that the game that spooked me the most is Bioshock. It's the latest spook and shoot game from the critically acclaimed indie studio, Irrational Games. Now, if you don't know who they are, they're responsible for other modern classics like SWAT 4 and Freedom Force. But what makes Bioshock so scary is the fact that they take such a familiar concept and they turn it on its head. It takes place in a city underwater, but instead of it being happy and fun, it deals with things like poverty, capitalism, and drug abuse. This game has some tricks up its sleeves. Like the time I picked up an item, and when I turned around there was an enemy screaming at me? Whoa! Or another time I saw some guy, and he had dead bodies on the wall. That's pretty gross. And on the other time, I saw blood everywhere. That's scary. If you want an idea of what the game is really like, imagine your local homeless man coming at you with a bottle. As he screams, you try to get away from him. Except now, imagine that he can teleport and he can throw fireballs at you. But just when you think that you're safe from all the screaming men, all of a sudden you have to face with the game's scariest enemy, the Big Daddy. These guys are lumbering hunks of metal that make whale impressions while protecting their little sister. Bioshock 1 isn't the only scary one. If you look throughout the whole history of the franchise, you can see that Bioshock 2 and Infinite are almost equally as scary. Just look at the concept art for Bioshock Infinite. I'm really glad that Irrational Games went the extra mile to model these guys and make them fit with the game. 2, on the other hand, places you in a different scenario where you had to play as a father trying to find his daughter. I didn't really play through Bioshock 2, but I would imagine, because of that concept, that it would be a lot less gung-ho than the predecessor, where you have to kind of maneuver around Rapture and kind of sneak around. Truly a more old-school style of survival horror.
Hey guys, Ska here. I'd have to say my spookiest game of the year is Darkest Dungeon, because after getting all my friends onto this game and putting so much effort and care into deciding what they were, they're all just going to die anyways because that's how the game works. The atmosphere of this game is pretty spooky even with its simplistic art style. From the spiders, to the zombies, to the traps, to literally anything else in this game. It just looks off-putting and makes you feel unwelcome. But that's just part of the fun. After all, what would Silent Hill be if it wasn't silent? It would be, not that spooky because there'd just be lots of loud noises, and that's not scary. Jump scares aren't scary. I fucking hate jump scares! The main attraction to this game is that any character can die at any given moment. However, you still have to get new party members after they die, and as you keep going, you're obviously gonna get connected to them, and then when they die, it's just happening all over again. It's just constant death, and it's sad and scary, and I'm scared.
Hey guys, Maxwell here. The scariest game for me personally is that one game. It's the game where you play as a frightened child who is trapped in a world of monsters. Living dead, mutated mermen, and satanic goat people, all with a singular goal: to murder you. Undertale. The game adds a realistic choice system, where the choices you make in-game affect the flow of the story. You can either choose to be a genocidal badass akin to Bruce Campbell, or you can choose to be a Michael Cera pacifist. Whatever you choose, the overall vibe is scary, even in the Michael Cera version. Okay.
You're laughing at your own jokes?
No. I just realized how stupid this was. In the Michael Cera version, you play as Michael Cera, traveling through horrible caves, weird spooky laboratories, and the gates of hell. I do not recommend this style of play, as the game suddenly takes a creepy turn, especially towards the end. Especially in the creepy lab. That creepy lab. That creepy lab. The other choice, we'll call it Bruce Campbell mode. In this one, you decide to drop the Michael Cera routine and go on a murderous rampage. And not just any rampage, a genocidal rampage. In this mode, you tear down anything and everything that stands in your way from escaping the hellhole you're in. But being in hell has its consequences, and progressively you become more and more tainted, as if you were being possessed by something. Something evil. That's a video for another time.
Do.
What's shaking, gamer bros? I'll tell you it's actually me, because these games spooked the heck out of me. No, really, I didn't want to do this episode, and not just because I fucking hate video games, but because I'm a big boy and told mom I won't wet myself anymore. Originally released in 1990 as Fuck You, Resident Evil Ain't Shit, the Silent Hill franchise revolutionized the doo-doo in your underoos genre by focusing less on and instead on that creeping feeling you get after browsing one too many spooky game law videos and lying in bed afterward. Now, well aware, whatever veiny, faceless, fleshy, gray abomination lies in wait under your bed for you to go to sleep. Because pallid, plain Play-Doh people who twitch like cron sauce after 5 cans of Monster are way scarier than brusted old Zambinos. Also, those slimy gray flesh creatures sometimes make Moangus feel funny. Speaking of Play-Doh, those wacky Japanese at Money did the incredible feat of compressing the entire audio track of the Grifter video in that tiny PlayStation game disc, and still managed to pack the game on it too. Want to make sure none of those snot-nosed brats interrupt your karate bugman marathon by pestering you for candy this season? Forget those scary hell noises you got from Party City for 5 smackaroos. Just blast this game's ambience, heckandangus. That'll make for a real haunted house. But Komangas can't take all the credit for this perfect blend of terror. For maximum handcrafted effect, Team Silent drew inspiration for the game's locations and themes on tried and true horror classics, such as Jacob's Ladder, The Mist, Carrie, and Kindergarten Cop. From what I gathered from the 20 minutes I played, Silent Hill plays like a traditional horror game, except there's no big cool guns or big cool swords that can compensate from insecurities of fecal incontinence when I play horror games. Instead, what you get is a panicked sprint from twitching evils down a dark hallway while hell itself farts in your ear holes. All this, combined with the most frustratingly spooky character controls of all time, makes Silent Hill the holy trifecta of horror games in my shitty opinion. Just don't play anything after 3. 4 is not a Silent Hill game. Now, if you don't mind me, I have to go take a shower because I'm all sweaty now.
So, you've made it to the end of the Adventure House 2016 Halloween special. So there's only one thing left to do. Hit that motherfucking subscribe button for more videos.
Also, this is the 13th video on the channel. You scared yet?